This is day 55 of Rebuilding Self-Trust, and for those that are new here, my name is Jerry, the Transcendent, and the whole purpose of me documenting and creating this type of video, I call it Vournaling, where I wake up, I check in with myself, talking to the camera, saying, hey, I'm committing to 2 to 3 tasks that I'm going to get done, and then I document myself, pretty much like vlogging in a way, but also showing that I'm taking care of the things that I said I'm going to do. And then at the end of the night, I typically will reflect, did I get it done? How did the day go? And then repeat. Pretty much that's the process. The whole reason why I'm doing that is because I literally had let myself go for the past 4 to 5 years, procrastinating, doom scrolling, streaming, watching stuff, wasting my time, distracting myself. As you guys know, that's our generation's curse. And I basically started to lose myself in the process, where I would say I would do something, but I don't do it, and I'll push it to the next day, and then I'll say I'll do it, and then I'll still push it to the next day. It was like a repetitive cyclical cycle that was like, it's disgusting. Like, it to a point where it was breeding a lot of self-hatred in myself. And it got to a point where I was just like, yo, what do I need to do to regain my self-trust back? Because if I can't even hold my word to do the things that I say I'm gonna do, then how could I even provide for the people around me? How am I gonna be someone that's gonna take care of others, especially that I'm also married, right? And a lot of my mind of the things that my mind runs through is just like this fear of like being a complete failure, a lazy piece of shit. And I was just like, that's not cool, that's not good. I'm in a bad position, and I need to fix that problem of mine, and I need to get myself back in check. So yes, the whole point of that is to fix my discipline, to devote myself to bettering myself as an individual as I continue to be intentional each and every single day. This just starts to build my self-confidence back into who I am capable of being. And as I've been doing this for the past almost 60 days, and so far I've gotten so much progress, and it's helped me a lot. So I highly suggest doing this for anyone. I mean, if you want to post on YouTube, you can, but you can just hide it if you're too shy. But nonetheless, I'm going to be going to the gym, committing to the gym, eating 3,000 calories, finishing up one wedding film that I'm not sure how long it'll take, but I'm almost there. And then running some errands, which is going to Costco, Home Depot, got to return some stuff, get some groceries, and then also just kind of clean up the house a little bit, do some laundry. And that's about it. Enjoy the rest of the video. It's super late. It's 3:15. I'm waiting on my wife for an hour and a half.
Not even. I did breakfast, and then I showered, and then I put away the clothes that you folded.
Hour and a half.
And then I did my makeup in less than 20 minutes.
Hour and a half.
I did my makeup in less than 30 minutes.
Anyway, see you guys in the gym. So I'm just literally going on the fly without scripting my voiceover. I kind of enjoy just doing sort of like commentary of myself talking. But I do just want to talk about how I believe in bodybuilding. You first get into it for vanity metrics, because when I was younger, you know, you just train in the gym for fun, just doing only like biceps and triceps in high school, and just like wanting to impress the girls and whatnot. It always comes from that. But over time, when you actually train with someone who does bodybuilding, or at least does a bodybuilding focused regimen, and you actually follow through with it, you end up really enjoying it. Like, and you're still gonna always, of course, have the ego that's constantly like looking at yourself in the mirror. It kind of is part of who you are when it comes to bodybuilding, where it's like you love the growth that you see through your eyes of your physical physique, which is outside of you, but it also internally feels great because you're also pushing yourself mentally, that connects to the physical body. And as you become more skilled and you learn through the process from getting coached and just through online researching, you start to sharpen your iron of knowledge when it comes to how to lift, your form and your technique, and understanding nutrition. Like, there's a whole nother world to nutrition versus like training. I think training is like 50% of the equation. I'll say 75% of the equation, because you can train, let's say, you know, if you don't train at all, you're not going to get muscles, period. But you can train and still eat like shit or whatever, but still grow and get muscles, right? So at the end of the day, training is number one. And then, of course, nutrition comes into play, where eventually when you are trying to increase weight and you're trying to get stronger, but for some reason you're at a plateau, which I personally truly believe there is no such thing as plateauing. I mean, at a certain point, yes, there is, but you'll never plateau as long as you incrementally increase weights and you're constantly in check with your dieting. So if you're in a maintenance calorie weight or even a surplus bulking weight, typically you're always going to be able to gain strength over time, and you just have to be very diligent on when you need to increase those weights, because you can't just throw on a 10 pound instead of throwing a 5, and you should throw a 2.5 on instead of a 5, right? Like, you have to do it in increments, the smallest increment possible, and then your nervous system and muscle has to adapt to that new weight, right? So my rule of thumb for when it comes to increasing weights on your exercises would be typically 2.5 to 5 pounds, right? I mean, there are times where if you're a noob beginner and you start training, you get strong pretty quickly, so you can eventually jump into certain levels where it could be maybe additional 10 pounds instead of 5 pounds, instead of 2.5 pounds. But at the end of the day, as you become more advanced, an increase of 2.5 pounds weight is a huge gain in the bodybuilding world. So don't get discouraged of like thinking like, oh man, why can't I just throw on more weights and start carrying more? Because that's gonna just lead you to injuries, not having good form, and not training properly. And overall, you're just gonna get mad at yourself because you trained with this shitty form with heavy ass weights. That's like, you pretty much have to restart all over again, starting with light weights with good form, and then start from there. All right, checking in. I got only a few things done, which is going to the gym, grocery shopping, folding clothes, and what else did I do? I'm hitting my 3,000 calorie mark. I'm not there yet, but my goal is to finish it by the end of tonight, but I'm close. But I got pretty much 4 things done aside from not editing and finishing up the wedding film. But I feel like I didn't accomplish much because I woke up at 11:30ish, and then finally got out of the house by frickin' 2 o'clock or 3, and then went to the gym and only groceries shopped, but did some small errands on the side as well, and also posted, I forgot to mention that I had to post a heartfelt media reel and also post one bodybuilding piece of content on both 3 platforms. So that's almost like 5 things, but in my eyes I feel like I didn't do shit, and that usually tells me that I could do more. And I'm not a big fan of being like, yeah, I got those 5 things, I'm productive. And it's like, no, those are, I would say, more on like busy work in my eyes. And the wedding edit typically is probably the most important. But then again, it's not fully due yet. I still have a month to turn it in, but I'm being a stickler of like, I want to finish it early on so I can keep continuing on editing all the extra wedding cues that I have in my list. But other than that, mood wise, I felt not so great because of waking up late, but I didn't feel so negative, where usually I'll spiral and just be like, I lost the day, this sucks, this day sucks already, why should I even continue doing the other stuff? I didn't spiral like that. I kind of felt more of like a, cool, just move on, like, you woke up late, cool, let's just keep carrying on what you gotta do. Go eat, cool, alright, go to the gym, cool, go to the grocery store, cool, keep it simple, nothing complex. But tomorrow I gotta wake up early and shoot a 11-hour wedding. That's gonna be cool, fun, kind of long. But nonetheless, I will see you guys tomorrow, day 56. Keep on transcending. Peace.